Okay, hey everybody, it's been ages since I've put up a post, or put up a vid. Yeah, settled into wintertime training. Two new bows, so put one up just a while ago, just from a U-bow. It's at 145 now, and I've got my new training pig. It's just for warming up. It's for getting up to that poundage. So the realization of bow bridling or bridle training, man, you got to be careful how far you push your bows because they do break. Two bows at the cost of that, but it did get me up to 170. But it was downtime in training, having to harvest some timber, dry it out, new bow. But this training pig, bay, I'm really keen on bay now. I just harvested a big bay log about 5 weeks ago. So Keith, you got your bay bow coming shortly, be at 140. But this one here, it's got this 4 notches, 3 notches at the bottom. Really wide section, thin. So more like an American longbow, but on steroids. Goes up to 140, and doesn't take much set. Pretty rough, it's just some gouges in it and all that there, but she's just for training, rather than sacrificing a good bow. I will bridle a bow, a good bow, but only 10 pounds. So 2 bridles just under the horn nooks. But this one here, yeah, it's keeping me going through winter. I've settled in on 145. Man, my joints ache, everything aches when I'm warming up for my training. So yeah, so this one here goes up to 140. Work with my bow, 145, just to put some shots out. And yeah, I've settled in to start next season's pretty much spring, with a new baseline, a new baseline at 145, and then push forward again strongly. So I'll aim for this next summer, I'll aim for, I'm going to aim for 190, but I might do it in phases. So push up another 10 pounds and settle back down. Drop right back down again, push again, really over a couple year period. Just with the way my joints are feeling, really got to be careful, that's long-term health. So I'm not doing a lot of cross-training at the moment. That's the biggest thing I find. So I'm going to be putting up a vid in the next month and a half, 2 months, this cross-training, just working with some circus conditioning and for stabilizing and strengthening shoulders. The biggest thing, yeah, they take a hammering. So yeah, I'm just going to do a couple of warm-up shots. This one currently at the moment is 108 pounds. So I'll just pull 108 pounds, no arrows. Not sure how many that is. I generally go up to about 10 on those first round. So I'm just going to go and change the poundage again and back in attack. Okay, so back again. On this bottom end, I've got it set at the end, and I've gone up 2 inches to give a 10 pound increment, because I've got this other end at 1 inch increments, and I've got them side knocked just to save on taking too much material out. Side knocking is amazing. It allows to put the string across to give more of a centre shot to any bow. Yeah, I can see why they did it back in the Tudor days. Although I do query how they've got it crossing over, like the same, like a right and a left side knock. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't quite ring valid. I don't know why, maybe they do that. If anybody's got some interesting books or information on why that would be, yeah, because side knocking North American wise and all that there was to give the center, the string a centre shot effect, a bigger wide bow, pushing the string across to the side. But anyway, set it at 118 pounds now, and looking at technique. Technique is really important, especially pushing up to higher poundage, and I've broken it down into two sections. More of a fastest way from A to B. So there's a moment in watching Joseph Gibbs, what I believe I see is really efficient biomechanics. That's what I see with Joseph Gibbs, and his really efficient movement plus strength allows him to pull high poundage. Whereas guys pulling higher poundage, they're still using more muscular, so really trying to take advantage of that muscle and building muscle, but their technique is not, well no, actually I can't say that. There could be another way to pull it which would allow an easier draw. So however they do it, they do what they do, and that's perfect for them. I'm just looking for myself, 75 kilo, not a big guy, but how the hell can I get more in it? And that is to become more efficient in the draw. So biomechanically looking at, so I'm going to go and do it's how I've broken it down anyway. So I do a little dip and bob, my bow, I drop down and I bring the bow up, drawing it out. But to train that moment that is this really short, I'll do it and I'll try and explain it. So on the in-breath, you get that extra expansion of the chest, and drawing from the high down, my arms don't change shape. I'm not trying to use my arms to do the draw. I'm just using all of this. Let me come out a little bit further. Watch my arms, they don't change shape. And if I put that into the bow, oh, here we go. And then if I combine the two, I sit into it, and if I watch Joseph Gibbs, he draws up, and it's almost like he draws up into that. So watch this. So it's drawing on the way up, getting to that position, coming up higher, and then dropping down to that. So a two-step movement. I tried going directly from here, directly from there with a higher poundage. I don't have the oomph somehow, so coming up and getting everything moving seems to help with that. And when I go back to my 170 draw, that's what I was up to. So this time when I've dropped my poundage, had a few weeks off, had to really look at technique again, that would be the thing that is very, very different. So I'm going to go and put my 145 bow, my U-bow, and going to get that. So I'm just going to set that up, put a couple of rounds through it, and hopefully you can see what I'm up to. Yeah, so hopefully this is useful. Having guys looking at my technique putting out critiquing and various things like that there has been really useful. And now I'm working with how, and so if you look, there's a I can't remember the guy's name, but there's a Middle Eastern man, Turkish man possibly, 160 pounds, just got a beautiful, that's his draw, solid as. So check that stuff out, check the Mongolian draws out, the women in particular, really good technique, you know, national archery videos. That, yeah, why is that technique in there? Why are they coming up here? Because this is the fastest way from A to B. My arms don't change shape, and I'm engaging all of this here, all of this here. And one last thing on technique, pull your shoulders in, pull your shoulder blades. You won't see it, but it's like you draw your shoulder blades like that. Draw the shoulder. If you draw the shoulder blade in circus arts and the aerial arts, so trapeze, straps, anything aerial where you're hanging, which is a bit different to this, but where you're loading the shoulders hugely, you draw your shoulder blades in, and that protects all the rotor cuffs and all those things there, helps with shoulder longevity and stability. So draw the shoulder blades in, and before you engage, so engage those before you engage your draw. Okay, I'm just going to change this out, back on one tick. Okay, back again. This is the remains of my arrows at 150 pound. I don't know, I've snapped off, but 150 pound into the earth. I don't have a decent target, I need to change that. Just snap the crap out of them. So this whole bundle of arrows that are just been strewn around the line. I collected them today, just in this, looking at arrows, chuck them out, and then in the meat paddock there, grab them. Anyway, so I've got 2 arrows left, so Keith, I'm super keen. Going to be starting your bow soon, so yeah, keen for more arrows, but I've got 2 left, so I'm going to put a couple rounds through my 145. Okay, cheers guys. Just shifted that bag on that last one. So, yeah, just a little bit of information. I hope this is useful for people. This is what I'm looking at, studying and trying to push myself. Yeah, I mean, we all got goals. So yeah, bit of my winter training. Just thought I'd give a bit of window there. And I haven't put a vid up for ages, so thanks a lot everybody. I really appreciate your time, energy, thoughts, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. Cheers everyone, catch you next time.